not a very nice morning, but this shows that just how good the flow system is. I've turned the water off here. This is the first thing I do. This is the main supply to my caravan. It's upstream, or before, if you like, the water meter, which is in this thermal jacket. This here is a drain cock that I put in just to, when I used to put the drain down using a compressor, which I no longer use because it's too clumsy and the flow system's far better. And this is where the flow system is tied in. So everything from this flow system, when the air comes through the meter and into the van, is blown down. The next thing I do is I turn off the isolation valves to each of the toilets. I've got two toilets. I've got an ensuite and a main one. Most caravans will have that. But I like to turn these off just in case the toilet cistern valve is leaking. And then your flow system will struggle to get up the pressure, and it'll just keep driving away, pumping away, and that's a problem a lot of people have. So I turn these off straight away, and I drain the toilets last. I'll show you later on in the video exactly how I do it. It's just a valve here, a 90-degree valve. You turn it 90 degrees, and that's an isolation valve for the system. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off my boiler, and I'll just allow that to shut down for a bit. The boiler shut down after a minute or two, just to be on the safe side. I unplug the supply from it, and I plug the flow system in. And I turn the valve on the flow system to open it. That little isolation valve there, that's closed, and that's open. And I turn on the flow system. It'll make this noise until it pressurizes the system. There you go. Okay. Now we've got the flow system charged up. The system's pressurized. I'm going to open each tap slowly later. I'm starting in the kitchen here. Don't turn it fully on because you'll get wet. When the air comes through, it'll splutter a bit. You'll see that in just a moment. I'm doing the cold water side here for now. You can hear as the pressure's dropped, the flow system is cut back in. I'll show you. There you go, the flow system's cut back in. And there's the air coming through now. Hopefully you can hear that. So we'll turn that tap off. I'm going to wait a couple of seconds. Just let it pressurize again. As the system, as all the water empties out the system, it will take a little bit longer to pressurize because you can compress air and you can't compress the fluid. So it'll just take a little bit longer. I don't let it charge right up. I just see I'm opening the hot tap here now. Stand back because that will start to splutter. There you go. And that's a hot water side. Now I'm just going to repeat that process in each of the bathrooms. Here I am in the ensuite. You can hear the flow system, which is on the next wall. On the other side of that wall in the cupboard. You can hear that pumping away now, just building up the pressure in the system again. I'll give it a couple of minutes. I'm just going to repeat the process that I did in the kitchen. I'll open each tap slightly. There you go. So that's all the air out of that cold side, all the water rather. Just doing the same with the hot side of the tap. I've already done the main bathroom, so that's okay. What I'll do, I'll go around and do them all again, just to make sure there's no residual water left in. There usually isn't, but it's just belt and braces, you know. Now here we are in the shower. What I do is I like to put the shower hose hanging in the bottom of the shower tray, purely so that there's no loop and there's no loop for water to collect. What I do now is I move my thermostatic valve just so that you can both the hot and cold side of it fully vacated. that shower head in the tray just to drain off. I'm going to close that because that's empty now. Don't forget to do your outside tap as well. Almost forgot this one. It's probably best if you have a little checklist. What an awful day. When it comes to your dishwasher and washing machines and what have you, because you can get water trapped in them, what I like to do, it's only what I do, again it's not a, this is a bit of a disclaimer, all I do is I put it on a cycle when the water's off, so I know that the supply of it is completely free of water, and then I let it drain. Put your washing machine on a quick fill or short cycle, and then let the drain work. The same with the dishwasher. I'm not going to do the dishwasher here because I haven't used it. I live on my own. I come to the Caravan on my own, so I know this has already been done. And just another thing I like to do as well, in the dishwasher I like to keep the salt level up, because I think that goes some way to mitigating any frost, if that's the right word. I don't know if that's right or not, but obviously the salt level is a good thing to keep topped up anyway in your dishwasher. Okay, that's just what I like to do, and I've never had a problem with it yet. Okay, so now you can hear that the flow system stopped, the system's pressurised, everything's drained out, the washing machine, the dishwasher, the shower, both the taps and that. I'll go around again, I'll just quickly open each one when I'm done, just to make sure. But what I do now is, because the toilet system's still full, I flush the toilet. And that means that the toilet system is now empty, or the best part is empty. Now if you listen carefully, you'll hear this, the air start to get blown through. You can hear it there now, and the flow system's kicked in as the pressure dropped. So I'm quite happy that line is shut. That line is empty. So I'm going to close that tap again to let the pressure build up. And I'm going to flush and press and hold down the toilet system, the toilet flush button rather, just to make sure that all that water that's been blown through the pipe into the system is now into the toilet bowl, or the best part of it again. There you go, I'm happy with that. And once again I'm going to do the same on this other toilet, the ensuite toilet. So that system's now flushed, it's empty. I'm going to turn the isolation valve on, and you can hear the air getting blown through into the system. Just to get rid of any residual water that's been blown through into the system. The last thing I like to do, because you've got water in the basin, the toilet basin itself, is I just put a bit of non-toxic antifreeze down. And that will stop that freezing if the temperature drops really severely below freezing. I've never had a problem with that. When I first got a Caravan many years ago, 17 years ago, when me and Judy used to come together, I used to sponge the water out of there into the bucket, which, because I was a bit paranoid about it freezing up. But the water is in the toilet bowl for a reason. It's to stop smells coming through and rodents coming up the waste pipe and what have you. So don't do that. That was a stupid thing I used to do when I was absolutely terrified of having a cracked toilet bowl. All I've ever done is put antifreeze down, and sometimes salt. Sometimes I put some salt down if I haven't got any antifreeze. I have thought that the salt might attack the porcelain, but it never has on my toilet. It's just what I do. I'm not suggesting that you should do the same thing, but it's just something that I've done over the years. And there you go, that's that. So now that everything's been done, I've got the antifreeze down the toilet. I put some down the U-bends as well, just to be safe. I'm just going to go around each tap. I'm just blowing each tap down. Just to be safe, I'll put the shower back on. And there's still plenty in there. Right, I'm quite happy that that's complete. So lastly, I've stripped the main bed that I spent the night in last night. I only came up after work to drain the van down because we're going to hit some bad weather. I'll be open again before Christmas because my site doesn't shut until January. But it's always safe to drain down if you know there's any bad weather coming. I've stripped the bed. If you're going to leave the caravan for any length of time, I'd advise you to do that. Strip the bed, take the bedding home and wash it. Also remove any bedding on the other beds. Or at least take it away from the wall so there's no bridge, like a cold bridge between the outside wall. And I like to leave the windows, the curtains open, not the windows, sorry. I like to leave the curtains open because the UV light helps to keep everything nice. Also, if you leave your internal doors open throughout the van as well, you've got gas dropouts in the floor, in your cupboards and in your bathroom and what have you. You'll see you have gas dropouts. And it's important that you not only let the air circulate, but if there is an escape of gas, it can drop through the dropouts in the floor. It's just what I do. It's just belt and braces, I suppose. Okay, thank you. Right, so lastly what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the flow system off at the switch. It's all pressurised up still, mate. I'll unplug it and then I'll go to the top I'll open both the hot and cold tap to make sure that the pressure is out of the system. Now that all the pressure is out of the system, I'll turn the valve off there, the isolation valve. I'll just hang my cable back on there and I'll plug the boiler back in for next time. Now I'm ready to leave the van. One of the things I do like to do as well is take stuff out the freezer. The reason I do that is because especially during the shutdown, when the site's closed, my site only closes for a month, but when it does close, they often do remedial work and some electrical work, and the electricity can go off and you'll not know about it. A little tip I was told was to put a little glass of water in the freezer. Once it's frozen, put a coin on top, and if you come back and the coins frozen inside the water and not sitting on the top, you know, the electricity's been off. I don't do that anymore. I just take everything out of the freezer and take it home. Okay, I hope this video has helped you. I'm going to go home. Thank you very much for watching.